Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This week's PPF pro tip, we got this 2022 GMC Yukon in here for front end paint protection film install. I'm gonna go over how to identify your reference points when installing the bumper. Now, there's multiple different ways to install a bumper on this vehicle, but I'm gonna go over what I think is the best way to install it. And if you've never done a bumper before, I'm gonna give you some tips and techniques that you can use to kind of identify how you should go about doing your installation. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Okay, so let's get started. We got this bumper right here. It's cleaned and prepped and ready to be installed. Now, I have installed one of these bumpers before, but I'm just gonna go over what goes through my mind when I start to determine how I wanna do my installation. Now, one thing to note with most pre-cut paint protection film patterns is that when it comes to a bumper, for example, these patterns are designed to be installed from the inside out, or from the middle and then outwards. So let's use this GMC Yukon. Here we got the 4 holes for the license plate bracket. That's irrelevant. What I would do is I would start right over here at this sensor. I would get this sensor down. I would do a slight stretch over here, get this sensor down. Before I move on anywhere else, what I would do is I would squeegee everything down in this middle section right here. That way I know that that's done with, and then I can move on. From this sensor, you've got a number of different reference points. You got down here at the very bottom. You've got this piece over here where there is going to be a relief cut in the film, and then you got up over here by the grill and by the top of the headlight. Where I would go from here, I would tack down right over here, get that lined up. I'd come over here, get this lined up. Once this up here is lined up, this is gonna fall into place. I would come and tack down right over here next. And then from there, I would go all the way down to the very bottom. I would get this tacked into place. From there, this flap is gonna lay down with next to no effort. There's gonna be a small stretch to stretch this sensor into place. I would get that down. From there, I'm gonna work my way over here. My next reference point, once you've got everything down over here, is I'm gonna get this corner down, followed up by getting this top corner down, coming along over here, getting this down. Once this edge is down, this side lamp marker is gonna fall into place. All the film is gonna be down over here. It's gonna kind of somewhat be in place already, just based on the tack sequence that I'll be doing. What I would do then is I would get this corner installed over here, and then I would come along and I would get everything else installed here. So you kind of want to work your way up and around this fog lamp area over here. Now, one thing, we have this flap over here that has the sensor cutout in it. Since we've already got this piece tacked down, I know that there's going to be a seam right over here. Once I have this area down, I'm gonna take this piece of film and I'm gonna do a slight stretch, butt that seam up against each other, and get that installed. Now that's how you would install this bumper. I've done a couple of these, so I know this. Let's say I hadn't done this bumper before and I'm just learning on the fly. I'm just looking at my reference points from the inside and working outwards. So on this bumper, we got our sensors in the middle, and then we got our area right over here beside the grill. I would get that. I would start getting all these reference points closest to the sensor down first. You know, you don't want to come over here from this sensor, go up top by the headlight, and then work over by the wheel well. You want to get all your reference points, your corners and seams tacked down closest to the inside, and slowly, incrementally work your way out, if that makes any sense. That's how I go ahead and do these installations. If I've never done a bumper before, or a fender or a hood or anything, that's what goes through my mind before I start the installation. If you're an installer out there and you've got some different tips or techniques on how to go about installing a panel you've never installed before, feel free to drop it in the comments section. I'd love to hear your opinion. If this does indeed work for you, let me know as well too. Thanks a lot for checking out this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna do my best to put out weekly PPF tips so you guys can, increase your installations and have them go better. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that video.